Hello darlings, how are you doing today? My name is RVA Rebecca and it's really lovely to see you on my channel. So please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you wish to. No pressure, 25% pressure. Okay, let's get to it. Don't forget to check the links down below and don't forget to smile and take deep breaths into the belly. Relax the shoulders, chin forward, feet should be hip width apart. And don't worry. Everything will be okay in the end. Okay? Good. Let's go! That was nice. Gorgeous harmonizations there. I know, right? So lovely to be able to work with so many different voices. So hats off and well done, boy. And it's no easy, you know, I say it all the time, singing live is very, very difficult. And I know these boys sometimes get a bit of slack, don't they, with their voices. So it's just nice to appreciate a compilation like this and see what they've got to offer us, mere mortals. Nice connection, by the way, and it was fluid. And like I said, connected with enough compression and didn't seem pitchy, but it's a very fine line as it's so difficult when you've got something like an R vowel and then you're going into the oo vowel, you know, like so much space created with the pharynx also. I feel like the larynx was probably quite highly positioned in that. So, you know, and then it's a matter of blending those vowels together so they don't sound completely different from one another. For me, it's about, you know, modifying, you know, I'm going too much. Sorry. Yeah. Nice. So much twang, by the way, in that. There was so much twang. Okay, so basically, am I going to do a pop-up? Am I going to do a pop? There it is. Yeah, so I can move on. Stayed in his mix. Nice, 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 nice. That ooh to that ah, you know, and then you can get a bit more resonance behind that note with the ah, that twang, pharyngeal resonance. I love it. I love it so much. All the good singers use it, you know. So, yeah, let's continue. That was so lullaby, that was so sweet, that was so alluring. I tell you what, it's a fine line, pitchy though, isn't it? Flat, sharp. What's it going to be? Hopefully none. And, you know, it's that breath support thing as well. Like, a lot of things go wrong if you don't have good control via good breath support. Deep, sustained notes, whether it's legato or staccato. And obviously high register, you know, we're talking falsetto, which is, for me, we can always have a nice argument. I love arguments, bring it on. Head voice for men, and then falsetto, it's that area sound, you know. Oh! head voice. It's like area. Wait, he was so incredibly breathy then. He seemed to get away with it. But it sounded almost more like a huskier tone anyway. Whether there was illness on board, who knows? Dread to think. So horrible if you're ill and you're singing or you have pressure to perform and push your body and push it. It's going to break, okay? Take breaks. Look after your body. Going off one. Let's keep going. Nice. Didn't see any tension there in the neck. Sometimes it might appear to be with the extrinsic muscles, but do you know what? In the larynx and the surrounding muscles, there's like 66 muscles. Am I right? Comment down below if I'm wrong. I'd like that. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. You need some form of tension when you are singing. You can't completely have flaccid voice. It just wouldn't work. So there's so much. You don't want jaw tension, for example, but you know what I mean? In terms of sort of reaching for the notes. I hate that, but you know what I mean, right? Those higher notes, you really need to sort of just get into a position where there's a comfortability, but at the same time you are pushing somewhat the voice to be able to create different sounds and manipulation techniques. Whoa. I think I've heard them sing better just on that part, but it's okay, boys, you know, it's gonna happen. And dancing, sometimes there are backing tracks, sometimes there are, you know, voices on the tracks to enhance. But generally speaking, you know, these boys work hard. They work hard, okay? And unless you're doing it yourself, shush your mouth. Shush it. Shush. Stop. Before you just think negative. That's how the mind works anyway. And as soon as you wake up out of bed, did you know that your mind just wants to be negative, right? It's true. It's a true story. So we have to work for happiness. We have to work at ourselves. It doesn't come easy. It doesn't come naturally sometimes. So give these boys some slack and give them some respect, because if you're out there doing it in the arena, then that's fine, okay? But you're most likely not. Am I right? Am I right? Then sit your ass down, okay? I just get really passionate and I feel like I just want to stick up for people sometimes. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of that. What's coming out of people's mouths sometimes. Because you think you know it all. We're all led by the ego. Ego, man. Rein it back and give some respect. Just breathe. Be kind. Try it. Come on, darlings. Let's go. Ooh, yeah. Feeling this one. Nice slide up there and release. Continued support with chord closure. Nice open embouchure. That almost sounds like a 90s sort of R&B classic, doesn't it? Interesting. Again, that release is so difficult to do. So, you know, without that breaking, without that sort of too much air going through the vocal folds, you know, and too much pressure building up, reaching the chest, you know, it needs to, in an ideal world, chest register, blending into the middle register, blending into the head register, and then delightfully the falsetto that lies on the top there. Easier said than done, right? Yeah? So much easier said than done. Got to work at it though, you know, work on those sirens, work all the vowels, sing through the vowels. Too much to talk about. Nice to hear something with more staccato notes, isn't it? This can be just as hard to do. Try it. Try singing along to this. Very difficult to do. Quick succession, crispy consonants, live, moving around, sweet vocal athletes. They're so pretty. Pretty boys, aren't they? Absolutely, no doubt about it. Truth Untold is my favourite song that they've done thus far. Something about it. I think lyrically as well. I just think you get possessed by it somewhat. Very majestical, isn't it? So majestical, and it's, I don't know, it reminds me of like The Secret Garden. That's... Okay, so I know these boys work incredibly hard. You know, like a lot of musicians, you eat, sleep it, and live it, you know, and it's not as easy as you think. I think they make it look fairly easy, but it's not. It's not, you know, let alone illness, but, you know, keeping on top of hydration, vocal athletes, looking after your body, looking after your mind, looking after your soul, feeding your soul good things, surrounding yourself with good people. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around with. So if you want to make it as a singer or as a musician or whatever creatively, it's not just about that. Then think about the people you're surrounding yourself with. And I know they're very heavily invested in loving yourself, you know, before you can receive love, love yourself. I know it may sound cheesy to some of you. And that notion only clicked with me literally a few years ago, because before that I'd be a bit like, what? I don't get that. So we're all on this journey. We're on a different journey. We're on a different vocal journey. And hats off to the boys that have, you know, worked their butts off, like so many artists out there. And, you know, I feel so lucky, so to speak, to be able to watch these guys develop, other artists develop different songs, you know, and you're not going to get it right all the time. Vocally, no. I mean, we've seen somewhat perfection in the past, haven't we? But, you know, this is like it's a life skill singing. It's not like a 2-minute job. How do I get better in like 2 seconds? I'm like, no, you need to go away and think about what you've said, okay? In an ideal world, we would just flick our fingers and that's it. But the more you feel it, the more you sort of love yourself, so to speak, the more you're easy on yourself and not hard. And don't be hard on yourself. You know, you are probably the biggest critic out there, aren't you? We all are. I am. I know. But, you know, embrace your uniqueness. Fall in love with your voice. It's difficult, isn't it? Because a lot of people don't even like their speaking voice. But it's okay. You will gain confidence. You will work on yourself. Habitual practice every single day and it will get better. I promise you that much. Thank you so much for your support and your commentary down below. Hint, 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 hint. And thank you so much for watching, and just be good to yourselves, good to others as much as possible. Preach, 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 and lots of love.